Okay, so I'm going to talk about what I have stored in the back. This is all my supplies for taking care of the car and some emergency supplies, things I hope I don't ever need, but I'm glad to have just in case. So first off, this handy flap lifts up, which is great, and I have a full-size spare tire. As you can see, I have oil changing things. Gloves are great to have with that to keep my hands clean since I don't always have access to a sink. Some spare oil and the funnel, which is very helpful. Also, I stuck in some ropes and some bungee cords. I have things like tucked in every corner that I can just to save space. And I have some strap down ties. I haven't had to use those yet, but just in case, strapping something to the top of the car, possibly like sun protection or whatever. That is glass cleaner, just to do spot cleanings around the car. It's very useful. I have some foil tape, which is what I used to make my sun guards, the edges of some of the sun guards. I brought it with me because it's just a really handy tape to have, and in case I need to repair any of my sun guards. And then also Scotch tape. It's a little messed up. This is something I inherited from my dad. And a roll of paper towels. This is my last roll of paper towels. I bought this before I went zero waste. Now I typically use this chamois, however you say it, chamois it looks like, for cleaning, and this is totally reusable hundreds of times. These are just, I'm going to use them up and hopefully not need to buy that again. This is a power converter thing for traveling internationally. I randomly found it in my backpack, so I just shoved it back here because I won't be needing it since I'm staying in the US. Then this is a roadside emergency kit that I bought when I bought the car. It's like still brand new. I've never had to use the jumper cables, thank God. And this is sort of the stuff that it contains. I threw in some antibiotics that, I don't know, just in case they're in here. That was an old prescription, but they're still good. So there's flares, there's rain protection, there's a vest, there's batteries, there's an extra flashlight. It also came with a road safety triangle reflector you can put out, so that's great, and that's in here. Then over here is the jack that came with the car for changing the tire and the jack kit. And then in this little tray, which was pretty much empty, I have put spare tools, hammers, screwdrivers, wrenches, things that I have used on the car. Also an ice scraper. Haven't needed to use that in this season. This is just one of those drywall paint scrapers, but again, something I grabbed from my dad's basement. And in this cool little bag is magnets, and they're very strong, and magnets are very helpful when you're putting like shades on the outside of your car, and you can secure them to the metal body if you have a metal body. That only works if you have metal on your car. And then this little baggie, again, plastic I'm trying to avoid, but plastic has been very useful in my life right now. Of course, this could eventually be a cotton sack, which I can sew, but right now, while it's plastic, I'm going to use it up. And it's full of kitchen tools. Things like tongs, flipper, I say flipper, spatula. There's a bamboo spatula and a metal spatula, knives, forks, spoons, basic stuff. I haven't been cooking much, that's why it's shoved back here. I take out things as needed. Mostly I've been eating out of cans and jars. So, but if I do get a stove and eventually cook, that's why I have all this stuff here. So that is the back of the car.